Hello, this is the Jurassic expert here, back with another review, finally getting around to the ultimate Baryonyx Breakout Battle Damage set. Now, for some of you that may be wondering, okay, what took so long to get this review up? I have a bunch of videos waiting to be, um, edited and uploaded. And also, it didn't help that I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and I've just not had the energy to edit videos. At the, um, let's actually first take a look at the Owen figure. Um, so, with my Owen figure that I got with this, you could notice right away that he's missing a little bit of the blue paint. But in some ways, it's kind of convenient because I mainly have this Owen with the armor on, so it's not that much of a deal breaker with me. For me, that and also I have like 10 other Owens that I've gotten from the packs and all that are this exact same mold. And I don't think I'll go too in depth with this figure in this review just because there's a lot to cover, and also I've reviewed this figure like 100 times already. If you want to get a full in-depth review, uh, go look for like the ATV video or one of the other videos that has this version of Owen, because it is exactly the same. So let's just go over his chest is chipping off with the blue paint. Face paint otherwise is actually quite decent. And that he did paint his watch, painted his shoes, painted the little belt loops there. And yeah, that is pretty much it for paint and sculpt. With Owen, it's the same one that we've gotten so far. My biggest complaint is that we should have at least gotten a version like an actual Jurassic World version of Owen, not this Fallen Kingdom version, because I could definitely tell with the accessories that we get, it definitely should have been the Jurassic World Owen and not the Fallen Kingdom Owen. So let's actually take a look at some of the accessories. So he comes with the exact same accessories that the Dino Trainer Owen, or whatever he was called, had. So you get the breastplate, you get the chest plate, you get the arm, the arm armor pieces, except those are not painted brown like the original one. And the new thing with this is that you do get a new sculpt for the helmet that is brown instead of silver, which, I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not going to be bothered by that. And, he comes with a gun. Apparently, after watching Ted Brothers' video, I found out that this is supposed to be the gun or rifle or whatever. I, I'm not big into guns, guys. So don't be like, you it's this type of gun. I just don't know guns. It's supposed to be that same gun, which I did think was really cool. Another reason why we should have gotten a Jurassic World version of Owen instead of the Fallen Kingdom. And it comes with the little pad that the Claire with the yellow rain jacket came with. But yeah, I mean, seriously, the big message with the figure was, stop it with this Owen. At least give us one. I'll be happy with the next Owen and the final Owen that you give. Either be it Jurassic World 3, the versions of Owen for Jurassic World 3, or Jurassic World Owens. Until then, I am just kind of getting tired of this Owen reused every single time. It's just getting old. And finally, we get this little flare, and which is using the same sculpt as the flare that came with the Ian Malcolm figure for the Legacy Collection. Except with this one, they did actually not paint the handle. Now, some of you may say, well, maybe they didn't paint the handle on the flare that came with the Amalgam. I actually looked, mine at least is painted. So when you put on the armor, you just put that piece over there, and you just kind of squeeze Owen's head into the helmet, and you just kind of put the armor pieces on like that, actually. Before it used to be like that or something like that, but now it seems to want to go like that. It'll stay on like that, I should say. So you just clip those on, not that hard, and you could pour all the accessories onto him. You could have him holding the flare, you could have him holding the little pad device thing, and you could have him holding his gun, and because there is no wrist articulation, really he just kind of holds it. He just kind of holds it like that. He can't really get like one hand. Well, I guess if you really tried, you could get him to hold it like that, but I don't know. I think the sculpt is just really too small. So you could get him holding it like that, but that's probably about the best that you're going to do just with the articulation that we have with the Owen figure, which, I mean, it's not it's not terrible. So next, let's take a look at the compies or compsignathus that we have gotten in the past with all of the Legacy Collection figures and with the Kmart exclusive pack that on to Owen as well, and they could kind of stand on their own. So yeah, you could just have that. So it looks like he's being attacked by compies. So yeah, they could kind of stand on their own. You just need to balance them. Yeah, that's probably the best you're going to be able to get to stand them. And then you get a tiny Dimorphodon, not painted at all, just a single gray plastic. But you know what? It's technically a new figure. We've gotten the sculpt before, and yeah. So finally, let's go into the motorbike, which it actually does seem like it is the same one that Owen used in Jurassic World, except except with the added-on shield protection thing there. I don't know why I think so pretty much you can slot Owen's gun in here. There is actually no place that I noticed to put the little pad thing, so I usually just have it like that. So if you guys just kind of want to have everything together and on display, that's what I do. And you know what? That's how I usually have that. And there is a little swivel joint, so it can go back and forth there. And the wheels do spin. And there is a little kickstop thing there that does have a little bit of a swivel joint there. And it can just stand on that, like that there. I don't know how much of this I'm actually getting in shot. But yeah, paint-wise, I will say that they did a pretty good job with this. The motorbike is actually probably my favorite thing out of this set. Really, I like to see this pack as just a giant accessory pack. Because motorbike, though, that there was a way that for you to take this part off, this front part off, without damaging the bike or this piece. But yeah, maybe they might make another one in the future. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind another motorbike. I thought that the motorbike is probably the highlight for this set. Some of you may disagree with me, but honestly, that's what was the most exciting thing for me, was the fact that we get a motorbike. And so finally, the main piece of the Ultimate Baryonyx Breakout is, of course, the Battle Damage Baryonyx that was shown off at Toy Fair that, yeah. So, that was pretty, elusive, and we did not expect it to come out, like, what was it, like a week or so after Toy Fair. So pretty much the main difference with this is its color scheme, and the fact that from this and other Baryonyx is the fact that it has a different color scheme and it has little red bits there. So for the action feature, you just press on the button on the top and it closes its mouth. So it could eat the little dinosaurs or a human figure, or it could even probably toss around the bike. So yeah, there is Jurassic Facts app code. And there you go. Mouth, they did paint all the teeth. There is a little bit of bleed over, but I'm not too bothered like that. Do kind of wish that they painted the roof of the mouth, but again, not a deal breaker for me. They did actually do a better yellow kind of paint on the top of the head, not like the green Baryonyx where the yellow was extremely washed out, and yeah. And they did paint the little flesh membranes on the side of the mouth there. They do have this nice pattern that's been reused countless times with the Baryonyx. On the back, there is kind of a cream paint that goes to the neck. I do kind of wish that they continued throughout the body, but at least it's a fade and not just an abrupt cut. They did not paint the nails. Would have been nice to paint the nails, but for what you... And they did nicely paint the eye. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this pack. Now for... I don't need to compare the Owens. And for your size comparison, like, there's your human size comparison. I'm not going to do an attack pack comparison because it's just another Baryonyx and another Owen. But yeah, for your Dimorphodon comparison, there it is. It's a repaint, except it's just gray instead of just orange. And yeah, for the Baryonyx comparison, so here it is next to the Lava Surge Baryonyx there. As you can see, they kind of have a similar paint scheme. Actually, no, they did not paint the pattern all the way up to the... up to the head. So it is a little bit different, but these pretty much have the same mechanic. They close their mouths. They don't make any noises. Or the green Baryonyx and the original Baryonyx. I gotta say, like, out of all the Baryonyx that we've gotten, the ones that I'd say that actually go together are the three original two original Baryonyx and this new Baryonyx. This green one is just kind of out of place in patterns, but pretty much other than that, it's just a repaint. But yeah, so... there you have it. There is my review for the Ultimate Baryonyx Breakout. Here is actually the code if you want to try finding it in stores. I heavily doubt it might come to stores, but hey, you never know. Especially since it says Breakout. But the thing is, what's the Breakout portion of this set? All I'm seeing is a Baryonyx with an Owen on a motorcycle. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think this is a really cool set, but I don't know. It just seems to be a little bit, the name that they chose just does not work with the set. Maybe had they done, like, Baryonyx Chase or something like that, or something like that, but yeah, other than that, though, I do think this is a really cool playset, and I think it was only $30, which, I mean, I'd say you're getting your money's worth. Really, I'd say that all this together would be maybe $40, $50, really, with what you're getting, because the little ones might be like $5, plus the accessories might actually be like $10. The bike, I'd imagine, would be $10. And the Owen is obviously around $10, and the Baryonyx itself is like $15. So I do think that you definitely are getting your money's worth just for the value and the quantity of what you are getting with this set. This is a great set. I just think that they should have chosen a different name and made a different Owen. Those are my main complaints. But other than that, I'd say that this is a really cool set, and I do suggest getting it if you are able to stumble across it. Especially if you were able to find it on clearance, then comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I put up new videos like this one. And as always, dinosaurs might build the